And we're recording. Right, here we go. me. Right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready to rock, yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 7 of the Pixel Pals podcast with me, the Yorkshire Gamer, and...
I'm great to see 81. Hi, everybody.
How are we doing? So, yeah, this podcast, this episode is slightly different because normally we have like an agenda and we literally know exactly what topic we're going to move on to next and any questions that people have sent in, and then obviously we play a few games and stuff. But this episode, I've literally not done anything. I've been really lazy this week. But Retro Sega 81, aka Dylan, did come up with a genius idea that we should actually do a live podcast on TikTok. So, yeah, basically, we've got a live audience, and you, the listener or watcher, are in the driving seat. So, but I think what we'll do first, we'll probably just have a quick little 5-minute chat to see what we've been up to, and then we can move on to the comments. So, what you been up to?
So a little bit of gaming actually. I finally finished Heavy Rain. Finally finished it. And it was good. I've actually been telling people at work about it as well, how much I enjoyed it. And I know that you said it's got like the playback element as well, because it's got, depending on obviously choices and things that you do, that obviously there's different endings and stuff like that. But I tell you, you were right when you said about an emotional roller coaster, because there's a few bits that are, I got pretty choked up at, to be fair. It's so good though, because again, exactly like how you described it, you actually forget you're playing a game and it's like you're watching a movie in a way. Especially bits with like the characters when you're obviously trying to find something or do something and it feels like it's time dependent, and you're the split screen bit as well is really cool. So, like when you're in the office, and I'm not going to ruin it for people, but when you're in the office and you can see what the other characters are doing, and you've got to do what you need to do before they get back in, and stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did genuinely think I had guessed who the killer was. So the whole present of the story is obviously you have to try and detect who the origami killer is. And I did think I got it right pretty early on. But again, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody in case you've not played it. But if you haven't played it, definitely play it. It's been really good. And then I downloaded and started playing The Precinct. So have you seen that?
I've seen bits of it, but yeah, I've not played it.
It's good. It's really good. Yeah. I think it is quite new. Yeah. So I got it on the PS5 store, or the PS store, £25 or something, I think it was. But from what people have told me, I think you can get like the Steelbook for about £35, like in Argos and places. But think of it as like GTA, but GTA 1. So like the top sort of bird's eye view, but it's not quite like that. It's a little bit at an angle. But there's elements that you're obviously a cop in it. You're just a guy that's come right out of the academy, and you basically go and do like shifts in this town. But it's set. I think it's set in like the 80s, and the music in it is really like sort of retro-y, and is it synthwave, whatever you call it? I can't remember. That's like your sort of retro-y 80s feeling stuff to it.
Yeah.
But it's really good. I'm only a couple hours into it because I was splitting my time between that and Heavy Rain. So I'm only a couple hours into it, but now I've finished Heavy Rain. I'm going to be like just focusing on that solely. But it's really good. It is really good. There's loads of videos on TikTok with it as well.
Yeah, I'll have to look out for it. With Heavy Rain, did you finish it on the portal, or did you have to like go to your PS5?
No, because I had to keep going back to my PS5 because I was literally sitting with the portal. So say it was like this, and then it was saying like to move the controller. I'm like trying to get it to work, and it was weird because it did pick it up sometimes, and then other times it didn't when I was moving it. And when I was looking online, seemingly that Heavy Rain is a bit of a nightmare to play on the portal because it doesn't always pick up what you're trying to do. So to be fair, I just found myself going back to the actual PS5 and playing it on the console to finish it.
Did I was going to ask as well, do you know some of the challenges that you had to do as Ethan? Was there any that you thought I can't do that.
No, I don't think so. I managed to get through them all, apart from the one I made a complete mess of, which was the first one, because I was trying to do it on my portal, and of course the bits where I had to move the controller, I couldn't do. So apart from that, that's the only bit that I sort of messed up. But nah, I seem to get through it okay, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
was there bits that you had issues with, like, or?
Not so much issues, but there were one challenge that I thought I can't do this, because it was the Doug dealer, because we're on TikTok Live. I can't say the
Oh yeah.
But
I never thought of that.
Yeah, that part I was like, oh man, I can't do it, and I just left him in the end. But rest of it I did. Yeah, but I just thought to myself, what good am I going to be in prison for doing this after saving my son? And I thought, yeah, it's not worth it. I'll skip this one. But rest of them I managed to do.
It was good though. Like, I really enjoyed it, and it's I mean, I don't know, how long did it take you to finish it? It was a good 7-8 hours at least for me. Like, it did take me a while.
Yeah, I think with Heavy Rain as well, there's like lots to like uncover, especially like when you're the FBI agent with them special glasses.
Yeah,
you find yourself just looking around for ages, don't you, trying to find clues and stuff. But yeah, I'd probably say about 8 hours ish. But then I went back and got all of the different endings as well, and that took me hours. Because I had to,
did you get all of them then?
Yeah, I managed to get all of them. Yeah, because like to get the platinum trophy, you've got to do all the endings. But yeah, it was good because like you got to see like how it could have gone, like different to the way that you played it. So yeah, it were interesting.
I'm gonna have to watch the videos, because I know for myself I'll not go back and play them and get all the different endings. So I'll probably just have to end up cheating and have a look at videos online to see all the different endings and see like if I got a good end. I assume I got a good ending. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but the way it did end, I assume I got a good ending. So I'll have to see what the other ones are to make a comparison. Have you been playing anything this week, or?
No, I've not, to be honest. Last thing I played was Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still trying to get to the end of it, but I got Expedition 33 a few weeks ago, and my son he really wants to play it. And
your TikTok, I saw it.
He kept asking me, Dad, can I play it? I'm like, I might be moving on to it next. So I was like, oh, I don't know. But then like when it comes to games, I have to finish the game that I'm currently playing before moving on to another one. Unless it's Power Wash Simulator, because that's just addictive. But I feel like I'm quite far in, like maybe towards the end of Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to try and finish that. And because I've not really been on my console as much, I just said, go on, you play it first, and then I'll play it after, type thing. But he started playing it. He's really enjoying it. He's like, he loves it because it reminds him of Final Fantasy VII, which is like one of his favorite games. And there's a lot of, like Heavy Rain, there's like quick action time events where you've got to press buttons at certain. So he's quite enjoying that as well. Yeah.
How long do you think it'll take him to get through it then? Does he game and just like totally smash through games, or what's he like playing games?
Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much just smashes it. He's got a lot of time on his hands. Like, he goes to college. He's trying to get a job at minute, but it's just so hard for him because he's not got any experience. So when he's not doing like job interviews or going to college, he's on his console. Yeah, so I reckon he'll do it in a couple of weeks easily. Yeah,
I miss those days. Like when you were younger, you just used to come in like for college or come in for your work, get your dinner, and then just sit and game like all night. Like, man, I miss those days so much.
Those were days.
They definitely were.
But yeah, apart from that, I've not been up to much. Obviously, we had Bank Holiday weekend. Yesterday, I went to York to the York Dungeons, and I took youngest two. I say youngest two; they're not that young. So my youngest is 12, and then my second youngest is 18. So, but I took them to York Dungeons, and it was really good. Like last time I went, were about 25 years ago, and Yeah, I remember being terrified. I think I was about 10 or 11, and just being terrified. And I thought, oh yeah, it'll be good to see how it's changed. But it was more fun than anything. Like there were like lots of jump scares and stuff. But yeah, like we were in there for like an hour and a half as well, and it just went so quick. But yeah, really good.
Yeah, we've got like Edinburgh Dungeon up here, which is pretty good. It's literally just as you come out the train station as well, like right in the centre of Edinburgh. Obviously, it's a big tourist trap as well, but it is actually pretty good. I've never been for years and years, like, but the last time we did go, it was pretty decent, like.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I have to try and check out. There's one in London as well, I think, in there.
I think so. Yeah, I think there's quite a big one. And we went as well, which was like just a bit of a total random story here, but just because you were talking about the jump scares, when me and my wife, we got married in New York, and we went to Madame Tussauds there. And what they had obviously all the wax. The building was massive. I can't even remember how many floors was on it. It was something crazy, like 5 or 6 floors. And you went up in an elevator right at the top, and then you sort of worked your way down. And I think it was like the middle floor. I don't know how often they change it, but let's say it's every 6 months or something. It has like a theme. So the theme when we were there was like horror. So you went down and you saw the waxworks and worked your way down. There was the music ones and the movie ones and whatnot. And then we went into what was the middle floor for the theme, and it was all like kitted out like a total horror thing. And you went through like this close and stuff, and then all of a sudden there was a chainsaw, and you turned round and it was like Leatherface chasing you with a chainsaw. And my missus absolutely ourselves and was like terrified, and I thought this was the best thing ever, and it was so realistic. And then there was a bit where you ran through, and it was like the side of the alleyway in Nightmare on Elm Street, and like Freddy Krueger was chasing you and everything. But it was done amazingly. It was done
Sounds good,
brilliant. And my missus was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I remember running with her, and I was like, this is brilliant. I loved it. It was honestly, it was tremendous. But I mean, obviously, it was in New York, so you can imagine how much money had been pumped into this thing. But yeah, it was honestly brilliant, and I've never been anything like that again. But it was so good. Like it was really so good.
Yeah, that sounds ace. Yeah, yeah.
It was cool.
Imagine that as well. Like, I think my missus would be the same. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm going. I'm done."
Because we never knew that's what it was part of it. They just said there's like a theme on the middle floor, and then likewise we had done when I first met my wife. We went and done like a few touristy things in Scotland, and we went to like the Edinburgh, and you can go underneath Edinburgh. So there's a whole city underneath Edinburgh, in parts of Edinburgh, and you've got like the tombs and everything underneath. And we done like the tour of it all. And there was like a group of us, and you have a tour guide, and they take you under and show you all the bits. And part of the tour, somebody jumped out on you, and I'm not joking, man. My wife must have hit about the ceiling, absolutely apped herself. But again, it was brilliant, because I love all that sort of stuff, like jump scare things and that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Right, should we get to the chat now? And
yeah.
So for people that have just joined, we're doing a live podcast. So normally we record on a Tuesday, and then we post it the following day. But we thought, you know what, why not get some guests in? And we wanted to get you guys in. So obviously, if you've got any questions that you want to pose to us to do with video gaming, put them in comments. And I guess, shall we just take it in turns, reading them out, so we're not...
Yeah, however you want to do it. I'm just going to put a little sticker thing. Oh, mind you, not let me do it. I was going to see if I could put a sticker on the live to say, give us a question. But I have got a couple of questions in my chat already, so I don't know if you've got any. Then we can alternate or however you want to do it.
Let's have a look. No, I've just got El Mundo saying that he's jumping between the two lives, sending likes.
Oh, nice one. El Mundo's the legend. Well, my first one, I've got a question here. I'll just scroll back a little bit here, and it's from Red Ramrock. So this is a legend from Edinburgh that I speak to quite a lot on TikTok, and he's basically asked, what was the first game that we ever finished?
Finished?
Yeah.
That's if we're not talking like Commodore 64, because like back then, like you'd literally get maybe 2 levels on him.
Yeah. I would think maybe like console wise, I was going to start from like Master System maybe, but even then I'm trying to think of what game I actually first finished, to be honest. Also, I'm just saying that for people that if you do watch on YouTube, if you see me looking to the side, that's where my phone is in regards to the TikTok live. So I'm like that just in case people are wondering why does he keep looking to the side. I think my one probably would have been one of the Sonic games, to be fair, on the Master System. I think it would have just been Sonic 1. Because I remember I got that as part of the bundle. So I remember I got the Master System with Alex Kidd built in. I got Sonic with it, the game, and then I think I managed to buy myself a game called Transport. But yeah, I think it was the first Sonic. Was probably the first game I completed. Because I never completed Alex Kidd. I never ever completed that growing up. I only actually completed that about a year and a half ago for the first time.
You know what? I think because you mentioned Sonic, I think it was Sonic for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I used to literally just play that like over and over. But I'd complete it, but I would never have all the emeralds. I was never that good as a kid.
I know. They were hard though, because that's the thing. You had no internet back then, so you either relied on just exploring the levels to find them, somebody at school telling you, or if by chance it was in like Games Master magazine or something, because that was the only way you were finding the emeralds, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah. So I've got a question here from the Realist. Did either of you ever play Fahrenheit?
Yes, I loved that game.
I've never played it.
Well, have you not? No.
I've never played it. I don't even think I've got it.
Yeah, I've got it. And you know what's really spooky? I talked about it on a live, and then a couple of weeks ago, when Jim from Barrowland Retro Games came through to see me, I had messaged him and said, "Oh, what PS2 games have you got?" And he'd done a quick video in his shop, and Fahrenheit was there. So I was like, "Oh, go and bring that as part," because we always do swap deals between each other. And I was like, "Oh, go and add that to my bundle," and that was there because I was so spooky because I'd spoke about it literally the night before on my live, just saying, "Does anyone remember the game Fahrenheit?" But if you've got it, you need to play it. If you liked heavy rain, then you'll like Fahrenheit. It is good, like.
Is it? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Is it a bit like a? Is it like a horror, or am I thinking of?
Yeah, so it's sort of like a horror detective one. I've only ever played it a couple of times when it very first came out. So like 20 years ago probably now since it came out.
Wow.
But it is a sort of horror detective thing. Starts off, if I remember correctly, the very beginning is it like a diner? I don't know if anyone in the chat will be able to confirm, but I'm sure there's like a body or something in a diner, and obviously you turn up and then you're trying to figure out what's going on. If I can remember the story right, it's something like that. But yeah, it is a sort of horror detective type game, eh? But I remember loving it back in the day. So now that I've got it again, I'm definitely going to play it. I just don't know if I'd be able to stream it on TikTok. I don't know if it would be one that would maybe get in trouble for streaming.
Oh, is it one of them? All right.
I'm not sure. I can't remember enough about it, because it's been so long.
Yeah, like I've seen the case because it's like is it like black and white? But it's like is it a fireman or something on the front?
Yeah. Actually, I should have it. Bear with me 2 seconds. I should have it here.
The Realist. Yeah, you kill someone in a diner, then what was that? And then you switch to be police investigate. Oh, okay. That's it.
But it is really, actually, I've never checked if it's got the manual. But yeah, it is really good. So yeah, people in my chat as well is bound to remember that PS2 game. But yeah, definitely, if you've got it, you need to play it, because it is really good. For what I remember, as I say, it's years since I've played it.
Yeah, I'll have to pick that up. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've never played it, unfortunately. I think it's just one of those that like at the time, I'm like, oh yeah, that was good, but I just never picked it up. And then obviously time just goes by, and then your backlog of games that you need to play just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I think I'd definitely get it a go because I kind of like that kind of genre. Yeah, it does appeal to me.
I mean, that's what I struggle with now. I don't know if you're the same, but there's so many games that people are shocked I've never played. But then there's other games that people are obviously like, "Oh, you've played that? I never knew about that game." But it's now, I don't, just by like speaking to yourself and even listening to like Marv's podcast, like Champion the Gamer, and people are talking about games on that, and I'm like, "Man, I've never played that. I've never played that." And there's so many games now that I'm just like, I'm never going to get round to playing all these games. So you're like, well, what one do I pick? You know what I mean? And I've collected quite a lot of PS2 games now, because I think PS2 is like a brilliant library of games.
Yeah.
And I've got so many games there that I've just never ever played. And it's like classics that people are like, oh, you should have played that game. You have to have played that game. And I'm now at the stage where I don't know where to start. I don't know if you have like a similar issue with something like that.
Yeah, like for me as well though, like peer pressure to play a game like puts me off wanting to play it. I don't know why. You know, when people are like, you've got to play this game, it's so good, and I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it, and then you know, I'll be like a different person. You've got to play it. You know, I'm just like, the more people tell me you've got to play something, the more I'm just a bit like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why it puts me off, but yeah, a bit weird like that.
But I'm the same. Even a prime example of that for me is Final Fantasy. Like, I've never played a Final Fantasy, and I thought, what is it, like 15 or 16 of them? I don't know. There's tons of them, but I'm like, well, what one do I start on? Everyone said 7 because that's like the best one. That's the one that everyone talks about. But then I'm like, am I missing out on so much more before that? Should I really start earlier and work my way through? And then I know these are big games. So I'm like, well, there's no way I'm going to get through all of them. Like, there's just no chance. So I'm like, oh, is it even worth me starting one? Because I know I'll never get through them all.
Yeah, the really long games as well, aren't they? So yeah, you're talking like 30 hours easy for like Final Fantasy 7. I think like speed running wise, I think you're talking like 6.5 hours, and that's speed running it. So you can imagine if you take your time on it, yeah. Like I think last time I completed it, I was probably on like 4 to explore everything.
It's great. Just it's a bit overwhelming, so I know that I need to play at least one of them, but it's just trying to decide which one to actually play. Yeah, I'm just scrolling back. So we've got Matt with a question, and I remember he was right near the top. And yeah, so TTV Matt Hito 4, the legend himself. So he's got here, what game did you buy to play and it ended up on the shelf unplayed?
Ugh. About 80% of my collection. The amount of times that I go into like a charity shop and go, have I got that? And I'll look on my app. No, I've not got that. All right, I'll pick it up. No, I'm not really bothered about what it is. I just think if it's £1, I'm going to pick it up. But then I put it on the shelf, and then I never get around to playing it. So I need to like, I don't know, just commit to playing one new game a day or something, just so I can say I've tried them at least. But yeah, there's a lot in my collection that I've bought and just never touched. Recently, like my PS5 games as well, like I'll pick them up thinking I'll play that, and then I'll put them on shelf, still sealed, and I'll finish my game that I'm playing, but then another really good game's come out, and I think, oh, I want to play that. So the games that I've bought previously are still on my shelf, still sealed, and the more that they stay sealed, the more I don't want to open them, because I think they're just going to lose value if I open them, because you know, because they're sealed. I'm really bad for that as well. So yeah, like
Jamie, like GPS Darko, he's got quite a few sealed games as well. And I meant to ask him if he's actually played those games. You know, like if he's maybe got like 2 copies of them, one that he's definitely going to keep sealed, and then one that's obviously for him to actually play. Because that's the conundrum as well. Because now you're like, do I just keep them sealed? And then obviously they'll be worth that bit more money future down the line, or it's just cool to have a sealed game. So it's like myself with like when I get a good whiskey, I'm like, do I want to open it and try it, or do I want to keep it and see if the value goes up? And you're like, oh, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, what I do sometimes as well is, so if I've got a sealed game on shelf, if I see it on PlayStation Store at like a ridiculously low price in sale, I'll just get it digitally, and then I think, right, I'll just keep that sealed, but I'll just play the digital version on my PlayStation, and then yeah, I'm daft.
It is tough though. It is tough.
Yeah, Wayne has put a question, which is, guys, can you see yourself gaming in your 70s or 80s?
That's a good question. I like that. I think I could. I definitely think I could. I mean, I hope I do. See now, I hope I do. I know. I see a lot. There is quite a few people, even like on TikTok and stuff. Have you seen the guy? He must be in his late 60s. That plays like Warzone and everything and Battlefield. I think he's American, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, my hope is when I actually get to the stage where I'm looking to wind down and maybe go part time at work and retire and stuff, that I'll actually sit and play a lot of my games, because exactly like you say, it's hard with having like collecting games and having a games room and playing games. I'm bad for just picking up loads of games at a time and not actually playing any of them.
Yeah.
And then it just, like exactly what we talked about earlier, it then gets to the stage where you've just got this massive back catalogue of games that you want to play, and you're like, well, where do I start? So my hope is that I'm still interested in it maybe 20 years down the line, and I can actually get that time to play them, because the list's going to be pretty big by that point if I've still got all this stuff behind me.
Yeah, I guess for me, as long as I've not got like arthritis in my fingers and that. But saying that, in like 30, 40 years, I reckon it's all going to be VR, isn't it? You're going to be wearing like a VR bodysuit or something. Because if you think of like where, like say like PS1, for example, that came out in 1994, and it's been 30 years since then, and we've got PS5. And if you compare the graphics from like PS1 and the technology as well from PS1 to PS5, it's out of this world, isn't it? Like in comparison. So imagine what's going to happen in the next 30, 40 years. But
it's a scary bit. That is the scary bit of what it's going to look like. I always wonder that as well, because like what we talked about earlier, when you think like Commodore 64, Spectrum, that's where my gaming sort of experience started, and that's what got me loving games. And you look at the graphics of that to what we've got now. Like even just on like VR itself, and I was actually saying that to my missus the other day. I'm like, how much better can games actually get when you look at how good the PSVR 2 is unbelievable. Like the Walking Dead game, the Star Wars game that I've been playing, it's like how much like more realistic can games get? I can't see. I mean, they probably can, but you're just like what we've got now is unbelievable. The change that we've seen in our lifetime, is unbelievable. And people that are maybe a little bit older than us has probably seen even more of it when you think of like the Atari, like Pong and Pac-Man and like Pitfall and stuff like that. That like the graphics of that being so basic to what we've got now, it's probably unbelievable.
Yeah, I was when you were just talking about that, I was imagining, do you know Rick and Morty? There's an episode where where Morty goes into like an arcade and he puts this VR thing on it. It's like life simulator, and it's just basically him going through his life, and he's like, in his head, he's been in the game for years and years and years and years, his whole life basically, but it's literally just been like a few seconds in the real world. So I can imagine something like that where you like relive a new life but in VR. And it feels like years have gone by, but really it's just been like 5-10 seconds. And that'd be pretty it'd be cool but scary as well, wouldn't it?
I know, that's it, exactly. That's what I think as well. But it's just the changes in gaming is just unbelievable, and I'm excited to see where it goes as well. But it's just like how much more amazing can it get? And it probably, like I say, it probably can, but it definitely would be interesting to see.
I think it's your turn for a question now.
So I've got one here from J-Dog, which is just quite a straightforward one. Did you guys ever play the Mad Max game?
No.
So I did play it. I think it was on the 360 I played it. And it was, I mean, I don't know, have you ever seen the Mad Max movies? Like the Mel Gibson ones? Right. So there was 3 of them, and then obviously they had the updated ones now. It was Tom Hardy. I've only seen the first one of that. So it's basically like there's like, I can't remember, it's been like an apocalyptic wasteland is where everything sort of goes wrong. The first one's set in sort of normal times, and then the second one it's like this big apocalyptic, like think Borderlands type thing, just like vast desert and stuff. But the game pretty much is similar to that you're just traveling through deserts to different places, and obviously you get missions and stuff. But I liked it, but the problem was it was just so repetitive. I found it was just the same thing you were doing over and over and over again. So I never ever actually finished the game. And the crazy thing was, I chucked in some amount of hours into it because you could start then upgrading like your car and things that you had.
All right.
But yeah, I must have played a good like 30, 40 hours of it. Maybe even more actually, because I remember playing it all the time, and then I just got fed up with it because it was just so repetitive. That yeah, I just basically got fed up with it.
Is it like a mission type game, or is it like a racing game, or?
Yeah, so it's mission type. So think, so you basically run about like you would in like GTA or The Getaway, that sort of thing. But it's like I say, it's just like a big apocalyptic wasteland, basically. That's all desert and stuff. And then when you're out and about, you can get attacked by like raiders and things like that. So you need to make sure that your car has like got good armor, you've got good weapons to fight against them, and stuff like that. There's a wee bit of like looting and stuff involved in it as well. So if you come across like a bit of a derelict camp and things like that, you can obviously kill a couple of the raiders, and then you're able to like ransack the place and obviously then use whatever you find to sell to buy other things and stuff. So the game is really good. The problem is, for me anyway, and I don't know if everyone in the chat will agree that's played it, it was just too repetitive. It was just the same thing. Right, go to this camp and kill everybody and then make it safe and then come back and then go to this camp and do it. There wasn't really much more of a story of it, and I don't know if they just tried to make the game too long, and I just got bored. I just never finished it.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's annoying when that happens, especially like I imagine you've watched the Mad Max films and thought, yes, there's a Mad Max game, and it
Yeah,
just weren't what you expected. Yeah,
nah,
it's annoying, isn't it?
that's it. And I was sort of expecting like the Mel Gibson character as well, which obviously you got that type of character, but I think I was expecting it to actually look like Mel Gibson and be him. And when it wasn't, straight away I was a bit like, I was a bit disappointed with that as well. So, but that's just me. Like I'm like that. If you do get like a movie game, like I remember talking about that with Marv on his podcast, that back in the day when you got a movie that came out, if they brought the game out, sometimes the movie would be really good, but the game would be rubbish.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. If there was a movie that wasn't so great, sometimes they actually got the game like really, really well attached to it. So yeah, anything that was a movie game, if it was a movie I liked, I would always get the game just to see what it was like. And sometimes it's a hit, but there is times where there is the odd miss as well, unfortunately.
So Dan Cadet has said GoldenEye is the best movie game ever.
See, I got asked this on Marv's podcast, right? He asked me, what is the best movie game? And because I didn't know, obviously, it was just off the cuff. And I said Terminator on the Mega Drive, right? And see, ever since I've said that, I'm like, why did I not say The Warriors on PS2? That, for me, is the best movie game. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. Like, GoldenEye is good, don't get me wrong. The multiplayer of that's amazing as well. But I think The Warriors, for me, is the best movie game. Like, what about yourself? What do you say?
Oh, I don't know. Just best movie game. I can't really think of any, to be honest. No, I can't think of any movie game. I can't think of many movie games that I've played, to be honest. Yeah, I struggle with that one. King Kong.
Yeah.
King
Kong, that was good.
Yeah, good game that. Nah, I can't. I'll have to have a think of that one. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
King Kong was good for getting the platinum on. I remember that on the 360 because that was an easy one to get the 1,000 achievement points on it. I remember that.
Yeah,
it was a nice easy one.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that in a previous episode. I think you said that that was one of the games that you picked up to get the achievements on. Shivers has put a question and he's put, what do you think to Days Gone? He's currently playing it at the minute and he's loving it. So what do you think to Days Gone?
Well, I thought Days Gone was brilliant. I know Jamie's playing it as well. I'm putting my wee light on here because it's getting dark again. GPS Darko, I think he's actually platinumed it, to be fair. I loved it. Like I say, when I jumped across from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360 and then I sort of went on the Xbox journey, because I never played like PS3 or that. But for me to come back, it was Days Gone, the Uncharted games, and The Last of Us, because they were exclusive to PlayStation. that's what made me get a PS4 over was it the Xbox Series or whatever it was? I can't remember what was the equivalent at that point. But yeah, that was the whole reason I jumped back over to PlayStation, was because of those games. And anything with zombies and that is always a tick for me, to be honest, because I love like zombie movies and stuff as well. But I love Days Gone, and even that was a little bit repetitive as well. But because there was zombies in it and like the hordes and everything, like the sawmill is unbelievable. Like the just the aesthetics of that and seeing all the waves and waves of zombies coming over is just unbelievable. And like I've been watching Jamie's videos, him getting some of the platinum trophies, and I'm like, I just don't think I could get the grind of that in. Like, what did you think? Have you played it or?
Yeah. So I got it when it came out on PS4, and I got the it was like an Amazon special edition, and it came with it was like in fact, I'll grab it one sec. Yeah, so you see that?
Oh, cool! Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like it's got like its own sleeve, but then it comes with the game, but then it comes with a steelbook as well.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like I saw like all of the like previews for it and stuff, and it got me really excited. Cause, like I don't know, just like the engine that they've made to make these hordes of zombies just like look like literally look like a wave of water like coming towards you, but it weren't. It was just like these zombies, like like bodies and bodies just coming towards you. And like some of the areas where there's like loads of them, like the hordes, are really challenging, and it gets you like thinking, and you're forever like almost like parkour, just like climbing onto roofs, jumping through windows, crawling under stuff, and you're there just throwing petrol bombs and shooting them and stuff. Yeah, it was like nothing that I'd really ever played before, and obviously I was a massive fan of Last of Us as well, and that's kind of zombie based, but then the Last of Us didn't. It was more focused on the story than it was on the action. And the action in The Last of Us reminded me a lot of Uncharted, because obviously it's made from the same people. So to play a zombie game where it feels like there's an actual threat, when there's like literally hundreds of them coming towards you, I think that's what did it for me. But yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. I thought it was good as well, because it never seemed to struggle as well, no matter how many zombies was on screen. I don't know if you had the same experience, but it never like jittered or glitched out or anything like that with me. It was like it wasn't any different to playing the game with like one zombie in the random bit of the forest to having like hundreds of them chasing you. And even when you were running, and obviously you could use, I think it was the right analog stick to look behind you, or whatever button it was to look behind you. Like I say, it never glitched, it never slowed down, it never felt like it couldn't cope with just so much on the screen as well.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that's what I enjoyed about it, because there's nothing, I felt, did you ever play Dead Rising?
Briefly. Not enough.
Yeah, sometimes I found that happened, that it would like glitch a wee bit when I was playing that, or it would get caught with a funny camera angle when you were moving around and you get stuck and you were trying to get away. But I never had that experience with Days Gone. It just was a perfect game for me. I just loved it. For me, it's a 10 out of 10 game. I just think it's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like tempted to get the PS5 version, just to play it again
as well.
But I think I might wait till it comes down in price a bit.
How much is it now? Is it still full price, I take it?
Yeah, I think so, like 45, 50 quid. So I'll probably wait till it gets about 30-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, might do the same then. I might have to do it, and then I'll just sit on my shelf and I'll look at
it. Yeah, just keep it sealed on shelf.
But I've got a question here from them as well, and it's what's your best ever game trilogy?
Oh, trilogy. That's a good one. Oh, for me, it's probably Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, they're just obviously like the first one, Metal Gear Solid. Just back then, as an 11-year-old, just completely blew my mind. It was, I think I've said it previously, it was like the first like proper grown-up game that I played as a kid, and it had like a story to it, and it, in a way, like compared to the games that I'd played, it felt like I was playing a movie. But I was the main character, like the lead character, and then obviously there's all the bits that Hideo Kojima did with like finding the codec on the back of the CD case to
Yeah.
help stop piracy, and then Psycho Mantis when he could read your mind, but like read your memory card, and yeah, just so much about that first game just like set the bar for like the rest of them that came out. Yeah, number 2. Although it was disappointing not being able to play as Solid Snake the whole way through, it was good that they introduced the character, and it was like one of the biggest secrets in gaming history. You know, because obviously these days we've got internet and it's easy to, you know, for stuff to get leaked and stuff. But literally nobody knew that you was going to play as Raiden in the second one. And again, the bosses are just weird and wonderful, which is really good. And then, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3, set in the jungle, and they completely changed the way that you heal yourself and stuff. So in the previous 2, you pick up a ration, and then you select it, and then that's it. Your health bar just goes up automatically. But in Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3, you literally had to like kill animals and stuff, and eat that to get better. And then if you got shot or stabbed by a guard, then you'd have to go into the menu and you'd have to pick up like certain items like bandages and suture kits and stuff, and you'd have to use these items to heal yourself. And if you didn't, you over time you would just bleed out. So they completely changed the way that you did that. And again, the bosses were just...
Did you like that aspect of it, or did you think that took away too much of the game, having to worry about that sort of stuff of if you didn't find X, Y, and Z, you knew you were going to bleed out? Or did you like that aspect of it, or did you think it hurt the game any?
Yeah, I liked it because I don't know, I didn't want it to just be the same as the first 2, although it was set in like the jungle. Obviously, that was a massive change, but I think if it was just a case of ration, you know, just to get your health back up, I don't know. I feel like it would have not given it the edge that it did. It was more of a survival game than it was like an action game. But yeah, the bosses again were just really weird in this one. But yeah, and there was certain parts of the game where you're just like, oh, Hideo Kojima strikes again. But yeah, there's one boss that no matter how many times you try and defeat him, at the end you always die. And I remember trying to do this boss about 20 times and getting so frustrated that I would like squeeze my pad. And then I won't give any spoilers, but that's when I realized, that's how I do it. But yeah, there's a very, very sneaky, like at the very, very beginning of the game, what's his name now? Colonel Tom or something. He tells you that you've got something in your inventory that you need to use. You can use at any point, and you completely forget it like during the game. And then when you get to like 3/4 of the way through, then when I did this thing, that's when I realized, of course, that's how I do it. It was so clever. But
that does seem pretty clever though. And even just like what you were telling me about Metal Gear Solid 1, that's the whole reason I've not played it on the game sticks or anything. I've got Jim from Barrowland Retro Games. I've got him trying to source me a copy. I could go to CEX or eBay or whatever and buy one, but I'd rather like give him the money. So he's on the lookout for a copy of it for me because I want to play it exactly like how you've described, having to look at the back and just have it how it would have been back in the day. Because I know I could obviously go away and play it on a game stick or a handheld or whatever, but no, I want to experience like the proper way of playing it.
That's definitely. If you're going to play it for the first time, you definitely need to play the original software. Definitely. Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite trilogy?
So,
Die Hard.
It's hard. That's exactly what I was going to say. Die Hard trilogy. Because although I'm thinking of other games and stuff, but to me, if you look at Die Hard trilogy, that has surely got to be the best value one. You've got a game that's Die Hard 1, which is like your runabout platformer, shooting guys, killing guys and everything. Die Hard 2, which is sort of like Time Crisis, so you've got your light gun aspect and everything like that. And then Die Hard 3, which is sort of a mix of Crazy Taxi, Simpsons hit and run, driving about, hitting checkpoints within a sort of allotted time. Now, how is that not good value for money? It's like a trilogy like that. That for me, I would think that would definitely be mine. And I played them loads growing up as well. So I mean, there probably is other choices and things, but to me, that's the first one that came to my mind, and I'm like, yeah, that's to me is like a brilliant trilogy. There's 3 games in one, totally different, but all based on like a classic movie that I love, Die Hard. And it is a Christmas movie, Die Hard, by the way. People that say it isn't. And technically, just a random bit of information for you as well, Lethal Weapon should be classed as a Christmas movie as well. Because the first Lethal Weapon is set at Christmas time also. Because if you think there's a bit in it where they have a fight where the guys are selling Christmas trees. And then you go back to Sergeant Murtaugh's house and he's got a Christmas tree up and everything as well. So technically, you could also have Lethal Weapon as a Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Well, if we're going on that basis, it must be a Christmas movie.
Yeah. There you go.
Shivers has just commented and said, Mike, that's me. Kenny has a copy of Metal Gear Solid 1 for £50 with Silent Hill demo. So Kenny's is Kenny's in Dinnington.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one that we go to.
I've seen that. Matt sent me the details because I've said to Jim, I couldn't turn off Jim. Jim's the man, so I'll be getting it off of him. But that Kenny's, I want to visit that place because Matt and Shivers obviously sent me pictures and stuff to get. I thought it was just a retro shop. I never realised it had like an online bit and everything. But Matt sent me the details because you can order stuff online. But it sounds and looks awesome, that place, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's a really good shop. Yeah, definitely. If you ever come to Yorkshire, you have to pop by.
Yeah.
I've got a question from Jay. I said that in a proper Yorkshire accent then. Jay. Well, where is it? What was your quickest speed run?
I've never really done a speed run, to be honest. I'm trying to think now. I've genuinely not ever. I maybe tried to do them when I was younger, but the only thing that would probably come to mind would have been like Sonic, to be honest, just because when I had like my Master System and my Mega Drive, they were some of the first games I got, and I didn't have a lot of games at the beginning, so I probably tried to speed run them, but I couldn't tell you what my times or that would be. They're the only ones that really come to mind. I don't know if you got one. I really don't, to be fair.
Yeah, so for me it'd be probably Resident Evil 8. Just I had to do it in less than 3 hours, the full game, to get a trophy, and I literally did it with like 30 seconds to spare. So yeah, that's the only one that I can really think of. But yeah, speaking of speedruns, you know what? I signed up to speedrun.com earlier.
All right.
So a massive shout out to Retro Revival, because I've seen that he's been doing some speedruns, but what he's been doing is ensuring that he gets last place, which I think is really clever, because he could put it forward. He could put it forward to Guinness Book of World Records and say, "I am the slowest speedrunner of all time, and I've got so many slow speedruns under my belt." So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find a game, in particular on the PS1, that nobody's logged a speed run for, and I'll show you which game it is. 1 second.
Oh, nice! I like this.
Where is it?
What's he going to come back with? Let's see.
Oh man, yeah. So, so somebody has sped run this, but they've emulated it. So there's 3 different categories, I think. So there's 2 different ones. So there's emulation and then original hardware. So I said, nobody's done it on original hardware yet, but I've got it. I've got the game. So the game that I'm going to try and speed run is.
Don't act like you've not played that millions of times before, Mike.
Westlife Phanomania. 500 questions, 5 boys, 1 quiz. So I thought, you know what? I've got the original hardware, so I could speedrun this. I'd obviously have to record it, but the criteria is, as soon as you've entered your name, that's when the timer starts, and then you've got to get to the end of the quiz and unlock the bonus video. It's like a blooper.
All right.
But you've basically got to get every single question correct. So I might do it on a live and get some help, but
Yeah, you should do that.
But yeah, I
You should do
thought
it.
I could be the first person to ever speedrun this physical copy, and it doesn't even matter if I do it in 10 hours. You know, I'll be
That's
number
it.
one. So, but that was the only game I could find. I was looking at like some weird and obscure ones that I've got, thinking, oh, I'll find one, but nah.
But you
That's
know
the one.
what's really handy about that as well, Mike, is you have sent me before your music collection. I know you've got all the Westlife CDs, so you should be able to answer that quite easily.
Lies. They belong to my wife. They're not mine. I'm trying to think of some Westlife songs to break out into song now.
I know a few. To be fair, they have got a couple of bangers.
But if I let you go, no, that's it. That's all you're getting. I will never know. That's enough now. What my life would be. That's it. I'm done.
That's good.
Holding you close to me. Sorry about that. Oh, cheers. Thanks.
It's better than my singing. Much better. I've
Self-taught.
heard you sing as well, Mike, so I know you can sing because I have heard you sing. And then obviously we had it on the first podcast as well. Your Truth or Lie, so I know you can sing. But I've got a question here. Is it?
Yep.
I can't remember now. Is it my turn or is it your turn
Yeah,
now?
it's your turn, mate. Yeah.
So this is I'm officially that old. Has asked, what was the first online game you guys played?
Online game. It will have been on the PS3, and it was probably Modern Warfare 2. And I think I've got. No, go on.
Oh no, I was just going to say I think mine would be a Modern Warfare one as well.
Yeah. I think because I had a few mates that played it, and I was like, yeah, it looks alright, but I'd never really played like online or anything. But then, Dan Cadet's in the live. He was one of them. He was called the Mod Father on on PS3, and then I think he's gone now. But Adam Ashmore as well, another one of my pals. They used to play it all the time, and I used to go around and like, oh, you're playing with so and so? Yeah, I'm playing online. I was like, all right. I'm like, and they're like, you've got to get this game. It's so good. And peer pressure got better at me, and I did get it. And yeah, I was pretty much obsessed with Modern Warfare 2. Loved it. And it's annoying, isn't it? Because like there'll be times where you have like a really good run, you think, just one more game, I'm gonna have another win like that. And then you just lose and lose and lose, and you're forever saying, oh, just one more game, come on, I need to end on a high. But it just never happened. Sorry, TikTok's asking me to do a puzzle.
Yeah, I just had to do that as well. I think it's just you must have hit the hour mark. Usually it does that. But yeah, that would be the same for me. It was definitely the Call of Duty games. I remember playing them with my friend Merton, and we used to play like the multiplayer on that. It was World at War. What was the one just before World at War? I can't remember what it was called.
Black Ops.
What was it? Sorry.
Oh no, I said Black Ops. I don't think it's Black Ops, is it?
It was because it was still like the old school like World War II stuff and that. I remember. I'm going to have to check because I want to try and see if I can get my hands on it again. And we played it all the time, and it was brilliant online. So that it was definitely would have been one of the like Call of Duty games for me. It was the first ones I played online. And again, I think it was one of those ones where there was quite a lot of games that you could play online, but because Call of Duty, I loved it so much. I just got obsessed with it, and I just literally played it all the time. I knew the maps like inside out. Literally, you could show me like a snippet of a map, and I knew exactly where that was. But just basically because I played it so much.
Yeah, I think the airport was probably one of my favourites.
Oh yeah. With the planes outside as well, you could go in the plane. I used to love going in just behind the cockpit of the plane and hiding in that wee corner bit. That was brilliant.
Just pinging your mates off.
I wonder if you can get into any servers that would have them, like nowadays. If anybody would have one. I wonder if there's any servers online that's open that you could actually go back and play any of them.
It'd be good. Yeah, I'd hope so, because I remember last time I tried playing that, it was like, I think Black Ops were out at the time. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back onto Modern Warfare 2. And there were just people just cheating all the time. And like, I remember going on and I had like 99 prestige. And I was like, oh, like they changed all my achievements and stuff. And literally you would just spawn and die. You know, you just die straight away. It's like, God's sakes. So I just didn't bother after that. But yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? I'm sure there probably is a way, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm surprised because like if you look at like Fortnite, they have like obviously all their random maps and custom games and stuff, and they had a map for a while. Again, I'm not sure if they still do, but it was Nuketown. I don't know if you remember that in Warzone, like Nuketown. It was just the two houses, the buses and things in between, a tiny wee map. So Fortnite had a map of that, and I used to play it on lives, and it was brilliant fun because it was exactly like it used to be, and it was there's no hiding basically. You couldn't really camp anywhere because you had just loads of players on the map. But yeah, to go back and play some of the old like Call of Duty maps, I can't believe they've not got that in like Warzone or something, even if it's as like a DLC. I mean, it'd probably be cheeky to charge you for it, but if they had it there, that would definitely make me jump back into Warzone. I've not played Warzone for years and years, but if I knew that was going to be an option, I definitely would jump back and play it just to get that nostalgia feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. Like if they just said 10 quid, you can have all the maps, but obviously this gen, that way there's no way of people cheating and stuff. I'd be like, I'd take that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. What should we say? Should we maybe do a couple more each and then call it a night? Do you reckon?
I've got that. Maybe about another 10 minutes or so, and then see what we've got.
I'm just seeing if we've got any more questions.
I've got one from here from Shivers. If you've not got one, So Shivers is asking, what game do you have that you won't let anyone touch or play?
Touch or play?
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't mind people playing them. Obviously, depending on who it is. If it's like my PS1 collection, like I wouldn't let like kids play it without my like supervision, because I won't want them to like be messing about with it and then taking disc out and stuff like that. But I'd probably say the only game that I wouldn't want them to play is probably Westlife Phenomania. Have you heard of it? I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't know. I can't think of one. I don't mind people playing my games. You know, I think it's good to share in it. It's good to share that nostalgia. I can't think of a game that won't let anybody touch or play.
Now, I'm the same, to be fair. Like, even like my daughter played some of the games with me. Like, she would play like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Turtles, Sonic, basically anything that was two players. Street Fighter, she really likes Street Fighter actually when she plays it. So I love that. Like, especially the fact that she's just used to games like Fortnite and Minecraft and Roblox and stuff like that. So for her to see what I grew up with playing and her actually enjoying it, I would let them play any of my games, really, to be fair. The only thing I did have was a bit of a nightmare was when I was at the old house. Obviously, a lot of my Mega Drive games, some of them you see behind me, I had them in drawers in our bedroom, and it was the two bottom drawers, because obviously I couldn't put them in the top drawers, and my clothes underneath it would probably tip. And my wee boy had a habit of coming up, pulling the drawers out and pulling all the games out. And because my missus laughed at him while he done it, he wanted to do it more and more. And I came up the stairs, and I'm like, what are you doing? Don't let him do that. And he was like having manuals in his hand and like flapping them about and everything. And I'm like, but apart from that, I mean, it's I would let him play anything. He actually plays the Toy Story game because you'll know he's mad with Toy Story, and you kindly sent up the VHS for him, which he was watching again the other day here in the game room. And he plays the Toy Story game. And you know the other game he likes as well? Bloody Echo the Dolphin. He loves watching that. And I'm like, and you know what I think about that game, but it's literally they're the two games. I've got one of the wee arcade things. It's like a tiny wee one, and he'll play it on that. And he watches it. He loves watching the dolphins, and it blooming Echo the Dolphin. He loves that in Toy Story.
Oh dear, what are you going to do with him?
I know, that's it. He's going to have to change, or he's out the house.
I've still not got any more questions. Have you got any more questions?
So if anyone in the chat's got any questions, shout them out. A few people have actually said though that the Modern Warfare 3, there is servers that you can get back into some of them. So that's Daniel had said that, and El Mundo had also messaged as well. I just saw it pop up saying that you can actually still get into some of them. But I've got a question for you, actually, Mike. I don't know. It's
Ooh.
a movie related one though, so I don't know if you'll get it. And people in the chat now, I've recorded a TikTok on this, but I haven't sent it or haven't put it out yet. But yeah, anyone on TikTok, if you want to ask us a question, now's your chance to chuck it in the comments. But my question was, Bill Paxman, if you know who that is, the actor.
Can you tell me what he's been in?
He was in like Twister. He was the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
in
yeah,
Titanic,
yeah.
that was good looking for the ring. And is it Henrik? What's his name? Henrik Larkinson, the guy. He was the cyborg in Aliens. I'm trying to think of what else he's been in. He's been in quite a few things. You'd recognise him anyway. Do you know who he is? So this question might not be any good if you don't know who the question is. But what do they two have in common?
What do they have in common?
So you can have a cheat and see if you can have a look at some of the movies that they've potentially been in together. But again, anyone in the chat, anybody in the chat know the answer to this? They have something in common, like a common bond. They're not related, no. It is movie related, though, the answer. If you can think of some of the big 80s movies that they were in, action movies.
I think because you said you got a question for me, I think it's something that I should know.
It's not as obvious unless you've seen the movies, and then you would maybe click because you'll know that the two of them are in quite a few movies together, shall we say, or franchises of movies. But yeah, Rory, the question was Bill Paxton and is it Henrik Larkinson? What do they two have in common? So the answer is movie related, and the two of them have got a common bond, shall we say?
Have they been in the same movie together?
They have. They've been in 1, 2. I'm trying to think of all three of them they've been in together. So 2 of them they've been in the same movie, and then 1 of them they were in the same franchise of a movie. So I'll tell you the movies and see if you can get it. So the movie was Terminator.
Yeah.
The movie was Aliens.
All right.
And the franchise was Predator.
Oh, Predator. What, they've been in all 3 movies?
So the link is they've all been killed by the Terminator, Aliens, or Xenomorph, and the Predator. That's the link between the 3 of them.
Never knew that.
Between the 2 of them. Yeah, it's a bit of just useless information there, but it was something that some of my chats got it. So yeah, basically, like, they're obviously quite big movies and stuff as well. But yeah, they're the only 2 people that have been killed by both the Terminator, an alien, or a xenomorph, whatever you want to call them, and the Predator.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, I reckon that's something that you'd get at like a pub quiz or something, wouldn't it? That'd be like something you get there.
Only found it out today, just randomly scrolling. So yeah, I thought it was quite a random bit of information for you.
Oh, did you not know that before?
No, I never knew it. I knew they were in movies together because I remember in the first Terminator when Arnie comes up to the group of punks, as you would call them, and say, "I want your clothes." The guys are like talking, and one of them's Bill Paxton, and one of them's actually I can never remember his name, but he's the bad guy in the film Cobra, like the leader of the gang. I can't remember his name though. He's really iconic face, so you'd recognise him. So obviously, in Henrik Larkinson, if that's it, he's one of the cops that try and find Sarah Connor. So when Terminator kills Bill at the beginning and then kills him in the police station, and then in Aliens, obviously that Henrik guy is Bishop, the cyborg, and he gets killed by the alien. And then Bill Paxman's one of the Marines that gets killed by the alien. And then the both of them, I think it must be in Predator 2, I'm sure it is. And I'm sure the both of them get killed in that. So, yeah, just totally random.
Yeah, I never knew that. Good knowledge, though. Good to know. Elmundo has put a question. Have either of you actually played 24 or Primal?
I know why he's asking that question.
Never heard of him.
No. The reason he's asking that is because he messaged me the other day and said that after my TikTok video, he's downloaded the Precinct, and then he had mentioned that he had also, after our podcast, downloaded Primal, and I had let slip to him to say that I had never actually played Primal. I was just sort of blagging it when Andy was on the podcast to make it sound like I had, but I hadn't ever played it. I didn't want to say that to him. So that's why he's asking that. But I have played 24 and I love 24. So yeah. But no, I'd never played Primal. I don't know if you had, but
I've played it, but I've never completed it. So it's definitely one to go back to. It is really good. But yeah, 24. Yeah, I smashed that all over back in there.
I love that.
I think again it's because I love the TV show, and like, I think you said on the last episode as well. They just did it right, didn't they? Like it felt like you were in the TV show. It was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent. Any more questions on your end before we?
I think that's maybe it from my side, right? So I don't know if we want to wrap it up there. That must be a good hour and a bit anyway. So yeah, it's up to you. If you've got anything else, if you want to just call it a day there and do our stuff.
Yeah, I think we can just call it there. So well, thanks everyone for dropping in. Obviously, this has been an experiment. But yeah, once again, thanks everybody for dropping in. Really do appreciate your support and for dropping your questions in. And once this is out, it will be on YouTube and Spotify. All you need to do is search for Pixel Pals Podcast. And if you were lucky enough to get a question read out, then obviously you'll get a mention in the episode. But yeah, I think we'll probably will try again at some point.
I'm up for this. Yeah. I think as well, maybe try and do it either weekly or every couple of weeks, just changing it and do something like this. We can make everyone a bit more prepared. But yeah, there was quite a few questions that came through. Apologies if I did miss any questions as well, which I think I probably did. But hopefully we can catch them on the next one.
Yeah, I think I missed quite a few as well, to be fair. But we'll get you next time. Great, excellent. So yeah, I guess since we're live on TikTok, this is where you can find me. If you do want to drop a follow, that'd be awesome. And obviously, drop my co-host Retro Sega 81 a follow as well, the legend from Scotland. And any last words from you, Dylan?
No, just thank you everyone for dropping in. I say thank you everybody for the questions as well. A little bit of a different format today, but yeah, if you do watch on Spotify, or even just drop us a little thank you or anything like that, and then obviously the same over on YouTube, that'd be absolutely awesome. And thanks for dropping in, everyone. Thank you for all the questions.
Excellent. Well, yeah. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and stay awesome. It's all right.